Hello, I'm Julia from Urban Yoke. This is Sadie, guys. We found her here. We believe someone abandoned her here. As when we went to the vet, they found scarring which resembled that of being sterilized before, but she had no microchip and no one claimed her. So we got her chipped and officially adopted her recently. And this morning doesn't start on the nicest note. So let's get back a few weeks before we get into the most recent events. A few weeks ago, a fire broke out here and it was quite large. Shaw, our neighbor Villy, and a few other people went down to go and fight the fire, and they managed to get it under control. It was rather frightening because we live in a thatch roof stone cottage, so I stayed at the cottage and started wetting the roof with the hose pipe just in case embers started coming our way and, you know, setting the roof on fire. That's something we really don't want, obviously. But they managed to get it under control, and I got some footage of the damage afterwards. So let's go back and have a look at that. Then we'll bring you back here and explain what has happened on the homestead. Okay guys, so what you just saw is our place, so the house and the stable and the sort of carport areas. They're all thatch roofing, which is very frightening when a fire breaks out right by your house. I'll be back now, guys. Winkek, Sifu, Luna, Sam. That's it. Okay, we'll go home now. We'll go home now, Poopsie. This is a large blue gum tree by our entrance that will likely smolder for the next while, maybe even days. Well, this is pretty much the area which it seems to have taken off, going straight into the plot cemetery area and then following its way all the way up towards our place. Essentially all along the road and all the area up until we get there to our place. Yeah. Okay guys, so some awesome fun Sunday adventures. I did not participate in this one as much, but I did stay by the house and try to get the thatching wet as requested by Charles. But Charles, a friend slash neighbor, had to get into it and it definitely got a bit out of hand. Yeah, so these are, you know, part of the dangers of living in a dry area. Fires break out very easily and we must be prepared for them. So, you know, keep vigilant, and my heart goes out to everyone who is having to deal with the intense fires in America, well, the Americas, essentially. So, yeah, keep safe, guys. Hey, Stan. Hey, you don't come say hello. Come say hello. Hello, Stan. Oh, come and just say hello and I'm thinking. Oh, so this is Sam. Look at that belly. Right? We also found Sam here, or should I say Sam found us. Feral cat, who started hanging out with our cats and really tried to go on walks with us. So now he's ours. Yep, his property gave us 2 cats. Alright. Yeah, so now you've seen what happened with the fire and how extensive the damage was. The good news is that the grass and plants and not all of the trees, but a lot of the things are coming back after the recent rains that we had. It is looking a little bit more lush, a little bit more green, and soon enough it will all be green. All that blackness will have disappeared. The wildlife can return and just enjoy some fresh growth. And I mean, obviously with all that is happening around the world with fires, especially currently in America, the Americas, and yeah, it's obviously something we would like to avoid. And here in South Africa we also have many drought-ridden areas that have fire issues and fire season. So I guess it's a matter of time before it eventually starts happening in South Africa the way that it has happened in other countries. But I'm very grateful that for now we are safe, and our home is safe, our animals are safe. Oh, it really goes to show, you know, having proper and true neighbors and friends, it means something, because as a community we can really work together to make things better and ensure that we can maintain things properly. It's important. We've got to stick together, be united. But as devastating as the fire may have been to a lot of the property. All these birds come by every morning and sass the cats. Oh. Anyway, yes, so all of that happened and it was quite scary, but very happy to see things are getting better. However, yesterday a predator got into our yard and started attacking the quails. We didn't hear anything, unfortunately. 4 quails were attacked, 1 was eaten, and 2 were killed pretty much on the spot, while 3rd one was injured, and unfortunately we couldn't get her through the night and she passed away. So now we have 1 quail left. And this is a bit of a Rambo quail. She has been through a few predator attacks. The last one, a chunk of her actually came out. We managed to, you know, get it all covered and get her to recover, so she has no problem, and it seems as though she wasn't attacked this time around. But unfortunately she has no friends to socialize with, and she's a loner quail. That's a bit sucky. So yeah, we'll be treating her a little bit more like a pet from now on, and ensuring that she gets to live out the rest of her days in the most comfortable possible way that we can offer. But for this morning, I will be taking her friend, our lost little quail, and I'll be burying her, covering her with rocks so she doesn't get dug up. And then I will get on with my little routine for the day. So yesterday we buried her friends over here, and she is buried here. Hopefully they will all be able to rest well in peace together. For those of you who really like chamomile, this is a type. This is German chamomile, and it's definitely one of my favorites. So I'm very, very glad that we finally have our own. And this morning I'm going to be taking off the flowers, because that's actually where the tea comes from. So you take off the flowers and you let those dry, and once those are dry it will have its usual chamomile smell. So let's get to harvesting for today. You'll notice that I'm taking the flowers that have all the petals are facing downwards. These ones are mature and ready. Well, these tiny ones where the petals look like they're unfurling, it looks very similar to a zinnia when they open. They're still immature and will need a few days before picking. As you can see, we have finished our harvesting. It looks awesome. It's not a huge amount, but I am very happy with it. I will keep adding to this jar as the season goes on and let it, you know, stay open with a bit of cheesecloth or netting at the top so they can all dry out. So awesome! As you can see, things have been rather eventful here in the past few weeks with the fire as well as the predator break-in. We have been working on a garden build as well, but I'm not going to tell you what that is, and there will be a video for that soon. So right now I'm just going to show you what we have growing in the shade house, what is doing well, and what new plants we have put in recently. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so let's start at the back here. We've got Turk's Turban squash as well as gem squash in the corner there. And the gem squash was looking a bit sad, but now it's taken. As you can see, it has no problem. While the Turk's Turban, it's been a bit of an adjustment, but they're finally starting to push through, and I think the rain is helping a great deal for that. So I'm hoping all of our squashes, like the zucchini, will actually be doing quite well this year. And we've got our cucamelon busy growing, going up, up, up. We grew cucamelon for the first time at the beginning of this year and loved it. Now we are growing several plants. Yay! So the quails previously actually went through all of our tomatoes, just decimated them. I had to reseed, and these are our San Marzano seedlings, which I will be separating later this afternoon when it's a bit cooler. I really love San Marzano tomatoes, but I know most people are like not so partial towards them, but they're one of my favorites to eat and to make paste from. So there we have our dwarf corn busy growing, and they are very, very happy. We have strawberry popcorn mixed in between there, but they all seem rather happy and excited. I know this is not going to feed us for the year, but it's certainly going to give us some satisfaction. And little Quailiatina seems to be enjoying hanging around there too. We've never eaten, I've eaten rhubarb once, but we've never cooked or grown rhubarb before. So we have one little rhubarb plant now, and I cannot wait to start harvesting and giving it a try. So if you have any recipes, please leave them in the comments for me. Thank you! Here the strawberries are growing really well. Now green beans. All the strings are for single stemming tomatoes. Well, that's why there are strings throughout. But we have to reseed the tomatoes and some of the peppers. So recently I wanted to just get something for Charles, and so I got him 2 apple trees. Isn't that exciting? It's the first time we've had these kinds of trees, and this one is a Granny Smith and the other one is called an early red, I believe. So not very big at the moment, but it should hopefully grow nice and tall and bring a little shade to the garden. See, the green Granny Smith here has started making some little apples. If they make it through or not, either way, it's quite cute to see the beginnings of an apple. Not something I've gotten to see very many times in my life.
Our two volunteer squashes are doing very well, climbing up the jasmine there. Believe this one with the pointier leaf, the darker leaf on that side is gem squash, while this one over here is Turk's turban. So let's see if we're right. A few flowers are starting to come out. The fruit should come soon. And last but not least is the asparagus fern. We got 2 of them. I am ridiculously excited because I quite like them as a plant and have newly started to enjoy them in a culinary sense, but it is one of Charles' favorites. So the addition of the apple as well as this asparagus has certainly made it feel a lot more like home. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Just a little bit of, a bit of a fire, a bit of a predator attack, and some new plants, trees in the garden. Kind of the usual around a homestead, I suppose. So do keep safe, do keep wary, and see you next time.